Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Overbite, and today I'm going to be going over FFUF, which is a web directory enumeration tool that stands for Fuzz Faster U Fool. And it's a tool built in Go, and it's really fast and just better than the other tools out there like Derb and GoBuster, which people also use. So I'll show you where to get them, but I'm not going to go into how to install them and how to configure your bash alias for the commands that I'm going to be using. But I'm just going to get right into the meat of things and show you how to use the tool and show you the best flags, in my opinion, to use while you're enumerating a website with this tool. So let's go ahead and show you the Githubs of everything that I'm using in this video, and they'll also be in the description down below. So if you just type in FFUF and then GitHub into your search bar, it'll take you to the first link. And you can read, I definitely recommend reading through this, but if you scroll down a little bit right here, it will tell you how to install it. And I would recommend installing it from the source right here using git clone, because this could be kind of wonky right here sometimes if you don't have the right Go version to use to install it instead. So just go ahead and install it from the source code. And then the word list I'll be using from is from the GitHub repo called seclist. And they just tend to keep their word list more up to date since it's open sourced and the community contributes to it. It just seems way more up to date than the default word list on a Kali or Parrot OS machine or whatever machine you're using. So like I said, these two GitHubs will be in the description. So let's get right into how to use FFUF to enumerate a website. So the website that we'll be doing today is going to be on TriHackMe's tacking machine called Brooklyn 99. It is a beginner's machine, but I'm not going to be going into the exploitation of it or how to enumerate it other ways, like with a networking service scanner or happy pathing the website, which is just clicking on everything that you can see in the source code or in front of your face, which doesn't seem to be too much right here. So let's go back to our terminal and get right into it. Like I said, I'm not going to get into how to set up the bash alias or anything, but I will show you what mine looks like for just the sake of showing you guys. And if you guys don't know what a bash alias is, it's just a way for you to have a name for a string of commands that you want to perform. And aliases, I love aliases. I do aliases for everything. So right here, you'll see the aliases I have that I'll be using in this video, which is FFUF, which will allow me to use FFUF anywhere in my system as long as I'm the user Overbite right here. And also, I have an alias for the seclist, which takes me right to the seclist directory. So as you can see, if I use FFUF right here, it will let me. Otherwise, if I tried FFUF as, let's say, root, it's not going to let me. So try FFUF right here. See, it's not going to let me. Unless I was in the directory for it. See, now I try it as root, and it won't let me. Yeah. So let's get out of root and start this video. So, as I said this last video, you always want to make a directory to keep notes in of the machine that you're attacking. So we're just going ahead and do that first. And I like to have mine in the documents folder. And since the webpage that we're going to be enumerating is off TriHackMe, let's go ahead and keep our notes in a directory called THM for TriHackMe. So let's go ahead and CD into that. And let's make another directory called the box that we're attacking, which is Brooklyn 99. So I'll just Brooklyn 99 and CD into that one. So now that we have our directory that we're going to use to keep our notes in, let's go back to our word list and start enumerating this machine with FFUF. I can show you guys the different flags and all the usage for it. So I'll use my alias and get straight there. So we're going to see what Cyclist has to offer us, which is discovery, fuzzing, and all the other categories that you would want to use if you're enumerating other services, like trying to crack usernames or passwords. But which is really tricky here. You would think since you're fuzzing a website, you want to go to the fuzzing directory, which you can, but I much prefer to go to the discovery/web content directory for it. So now that we're in here, let's take a look at all the lists that they offer us. You see there's tons of lists in here that we can use from. The main ones that you should focus on are the common TXT for a quick and dirty scan. The next one I would suggest is the directory list medium right here. And then for a third, it's kind of like a free-for-all between the rafts word lists, depending what you're trying to do right here. See, they're all different categories. With that said, let's get into using FFUF. Here we are at our website that we're going to attack. Let's go ahead and grab the URL, because we'll need that later. So if we type up FFUF, attack H, we'll see all the flags that's possible. And the main flags that we're going to be focusing on, or I'm going to be showing you today, is TAC O for output files. I'm going to be showing you how to use a URL, how to set up a word list, how to filter out status codes, and how to filter out file sizes. And then also the threading. I'll show you how to use the thread setter, which just makes it to go faster or slower depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be stealthy or you're trying to be fast with it. So I'll just show you guys my usual one first, and then we'll get into the nitpicking of filtering stuff out. So as I said, I use output files to keep notes of what I'm doing. And then I'll just go to the directory that I'm storing my notes in right here. So it's going to be home, overbite, documents, and then try hack me, Brooklyn 99. Let's call the file, let's just call it fuffout.txt. From there, we want to use our word list. We'll just go ahead and use the common.txt word list. And then for the URL syntax, it's going to be your URL that you're using, but then you always have to put fuzz at the end of the URI so it knows what directory it's fuzzing. It's just a syntax it expects, and it helps the program be less confused while it's running. And then from there, we're good to go. Unless you wanted to enumerate faster, then you would set its threads. So we'll set the threads to 120. So there we go. We're smoking through our word list. We'll see what we got. So not too much here, not surprising since it is a beginner CTF. It's just showing us our index.html, which is our homepage on the website, and all the hidden files and stuff that usually come with the website too. Well, as you see, the status codes are 400, which is a client error, and then 200 is a successful operation. And let's just go ahead and show you guys what the HTTP source code status codes could be that you can get using FFUF, just so you have an idea of what they mean. HTTP status codes, there we go. Already had it up. So yeah, these are status codes that you'll be mostly seeing. There's 200, 300, 400, and 500. So 200 is successful operation, 300 is redirection, status code 400 is a client error, and then status 500 is going to be server error. But the main difference that you want to know between any of these is 301 and 302. What status 301 is, it returns it saying, hey, this URL is no longer in use. It used to be here, but it's redirected somewhere that's out of scope for you. And then status 302 is going to say, hey, this is a new temporary redirection to this URL. You can use it. It's fine. Go happy clicking on it and everything if you have the proper privileges. And I'll also post this down in the description below also with these other URLs too. So now that we did our initial scan, let's go ahead and do some filtering out of stuff. Let's go ahead and let's bring that in closer. Too close. Seems about good. So let's just call this one FFUF status filter. We're going to keep all those the same. And let's go ahead and filter out the 403s right here. So what we'll do, back MC 200. And it should only return us the index.html file. Perfect. So we want to see. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and take away code 200 and let's go ahead and filter out by file size. So if we go back here, we'll see that most of these have the same file size. So another way that we can filter out the index.html file is by saying, hey, I want files that are 718 file size. And that should also give us the index.html file. And that pretty much wraps it up for FFUF right there. We can use it to enumerate our website and output our results to an output file. From that, we can filter it even more to a different output file with TAC MS and TAC MC, depending on what we want to do and what we want to see. And then with that information, it's going to give us an overall idea of the site map and see the environment that we are attacking or penetration testing. So, thank you for watching this video on FFUF. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, or see videos of any tools or techniques or methodologies, let us know down in the comment section. Thank you for watching.